Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Debbie at the Smith Library, and I'm excited to be here today to celebrate Read Across America with you. I've chosen the book Sincerely Emerson, A Girl, Her Letter, and the Helpers All Around Us. And this story was written by Emerson Weber, a fifth grader, and illustrated by Jacqueline Sinquette. Sincerely Emerson, A Girl, Her Letter, and the Helpers All Around Us. Emerson loved writing letters. She loved writing dear. She loved writing sincerely. Most of all, she loved writing everything that came in between. Stories, news, questions, and put a piece of her life into each one. Her brother's latest games, Taylor Swift's best songs, and her favorite jokes. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Em wasn't done with the letter until it was perfectly decorated. The envelope, too. Then she sent her letters out into the world, to friends and family all over. Each letter was a connection. Em's letters made a network of hellos, a network of love. There she is at the table with her family, writing letters. One day, Em got to thinking there was one person who made it all possible. How come she had never noticed him before? Every letter that left Em's hands went straight into Doug's. He was always there every day, no matter what. He kept Em's letters going out into the world. There's the postman. And so Em decided to write Doug his own letter. I'm Emerson. You may know me as the person that lives here that writes a lot of letters and decorated the envelopes. Well, I wanted to thank you for taking my letters and delivering them. You are very important to me. I make people happy with my letters, but you do too. You make it possible. There he is. She put it in the box, and she smiled when he took it. The next week, something remarkable happened. Doug got out of his truck just like he did every day, but this time he had 2 whole boxes full of letters, and they were all for Emerson. You see, Doug had told his friends at the post office all about Em's letters, and they had all told their friends, and soon Em's letters of thanks had reached nearly every mail carrier in the country. And lots and lots and lots of those mail carriers had written her back. Wow, look at all those letters. The letters were filled with family, pets, hobbies. They were filled with questions, stories, and confessions. They were filled with kindness. I have a son in Kuwait, and if you have a second to send him a letter, he would love it. I know you can't write back to all of us, but maybe I can drop you a line from time to time. I can't tell you how much it means to read your letter. Not a lot of people think about how hard we work. Every one of the letters was a connection. Every letter had a piece of someone's life in it. There's all the mail carriers, all different people from all over the country and all over the world. With dozens of new pen pals, Em did what she was best at doing. She wrote letters. She wrote the dad, she wrote his son, she sent new jokes, new stories about her life, and she asked lots and lots of questions. And Emerson got to thinking about all those people out there, living their lives, working hard, delivering letters, keeping people connected. There was love in her work. There she is. And it wasn't just the mail carriers, it was the bus drivers, the grocery store clerks, the trash collectors, and the farmers. There was love in their work too. Every day they got up and went to work. Every day they did their best. Every day they kept the world going. Millions and billions of people. Healthcare workers, crossing guards, farmers, bus drivers. Every bus ride, every tomato, every bag of trash, every bag of groceries. They were possible because someone cared. Each act was an act of love, wrapping the world together in a network. Like the biggest hug ever. Emerson wished that everyone she knew would take a moment to notice each one. Emerson wished that everyone she knew would take a moment to notice each one of them and thank them. Maybe even thank each other. Sincerely, Emerson. And there she is. Can you see it? Hi there. The story you just read is 100% true. I know because it really happened to me. I live in South Dakota with my mom, dad, and brother, and I never expected so much to happen just because I took the time to say thank you to Doug, a person I saw every day. But it did. I got to talk to important people on television, and I even got a really, really special letter from someone I admire a whole lot. Hi, Taylor. All of that made me super happy, of course, but it also made me think, why was my saying thank you such a big deal? Isn't saying thank you and meaning it something we should all be doing all the time? I think so. So I'm going to keep doing it, and I hope you will too. How about I start with, thank you for reading my book. I hope it made you smile. And in case it didn't, here's a joke that might do the trick. Question. How do you catch a squirrel? Answer, climb up a tree and act like a nut. Sincerely, Emerson. And I printed out some pictures actually to show you Emerson. And this is her in front of her house. And these are some of the letters that she's written and received. And I also printed out this picture of the mail carrier because I was so impressed with the artist's rendition of him. So here's the picture in the book, and here's the real picture of the mail carrier. She did a great job. And in the back of the book, you'll also see another picture of Emerson, an 11-year-old with a passion for letter writing, art, and Taylor Swift. Emerson lives in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with her mom, dad, and brother Finn. And this is the artist, Jacqueline Sinquette. She grew up playing in her dad's garden and trying to avoid sunburn on the Jersey Shore. She now spends her time illustrating books for children and getting covered in finger paint with her young daughter. She also loves practicing all different types of handwriting and especially enjoys incorporating lettering into her artwork. Her favorite song by Taylor Swift is Style, and you can visit her online. And before we go, I wanted to share one more thing, but before that, I want to say thank you to everyone today for sharing this special story with me. And I'm going to share with you a special package that I am going to be sending to Australia. And you can see I've started to decorate it with some stickers, and I drew a tulip up here. And I have to say that I really, really appreciate the Postal Service because it keeps me in connection with my children and grandchildren in Australia. So I want to say goodbye. I miss everybody. We open up to the public again next week. We've also been putting out some take and make craft bags in the front because we miss our young readers and all our craft makers so much. And you can see we have some new series books in the back. So I look forward to seeing you at the library. Until then, happy reading.